right, so we're back with Cameron Williams, the assistant director. Cameron, what was the hardest thing for you to keep this film on track?
I would say probably the hardest thing to keep this film on track would have been one is my first experience. I didn't really know what to expect. I was just asked to step in, and I was thankful to be asked to step in. And I feel like the hardest part of keeping this video on track would have been probably how spaced out it was, and how not really having the idea of how a movie is actually 100% shot in sections and in scenes, and then putting one scene in one day together with the other scene to make it make sense, to make it all match, to make it all be within the same realm of the zoom. I would probably say that would have probably been the most difficult thing about just transitioning to make sure that we're on the same, we're starting in the same position that we left off from the last scene.
Absolutely. Awesome. What moment made you feel proud to be part of this team?
The moment that made me feel proud about being part of this team was probably the initial moment when I was asked to be part of it. When Trey humbly came to me, and he believed in me, and he seen that I had some things that he could use, and he felt like I would be a good benefit to the team. And I told him I'd pray about it, asked him to just give me a couple days, and it actually was a couple weeks before I actually got back to him, just because I didn't want to just because it all sounded cool, you know, at first, like who wouldn't want to be a part of a movie, you know? So I didn't want to go off of emotions, and I wanted it to be something that I knew I was called to do to a sense, and so I answered the call. You know, I felt like it was a good experience. It would have been a good experience, which it was, and I'm thankful that Trey just believed in me and seen something in me that honestly I didn't see in myself, I would say.
Cool.
You know?
Okay. How did you help balance the creative chaos with the schedule demands?
If I understand the question right, I would say I did my best to help balance. By doing my best to be a leader, by doing my best to show up on time and to be where I needed to be at the time that I was needed, at the times that I was needed, to where everybody felt like we was a team and we had a full team, and that everybody just felt secure that we was all together and we was working together. So as far as if I helped out with any chaos at all, I would say just by being vulnerable and just being able to and willing to do what it took, no matter what it was, to the best of my ability. Yeah, like I said, just thankful for the opportunity.
What's a day from this project that tested you the most?
I mean, just being honest, a day from this project that tested me the most is a scene that we tried to shoot that didn't work on our behalf, that I don't even think that it'll premiere in the video, because it started storming on us.
Out in the woods.
We was out in the woods, and it would have been a great scene, but everything happens for a reason, and it just wasn't meant to be. And I felt like that was like a super dope scene, and I was excited for that scene and for it not to turn out to be a scene that we could utilize and use just due to the conditions and the timing. Like I said, it just wasn't meant to be. It was just something that I had to just not hold on to and let it affect me in any selfish way, you know what I'm saying? So I would say as far as that question goes, yeah, I feel like that's...
All right, Cameron, so what surprised you the most about how the Zoom came together?
Man, what surprised me the most would have honestly been how creative Trey was able to be with people who the Lord put in his place at random times. And he's seen something in everybody that he invited to help him with the film. And he's seen a vision, and he took the chance, you know? And I feel like it was a very beautiful thing that one soul can have so much confidence and what's the word I'm looking for? Like he believed in the unseen, you know, and things didn't line up the way that he wanted them to line up in his head and how he planned it to be, just because things happened and certain people weren't able to do it. But he didn't get discouraged. My brother Trey didn't get discouraged, and he continued to press on, even through things that didn't go his way, you know, which he could have easily gave up at any time throughout the movie. And not only would it have affected him, but the team who had put everything in it, what we were working together for. If Trey didn't stay dedicated, all the time that we did put in it could have been a waste of time. But the passion and for the vision that Trey had, it was just meant to be, you know? It was meant to be, and I feel like if he didn't take the chances that he took, there wouldn't be no Zoom.
Absolutely.
You know?
Well, thank you, Cameron. I appreciate it.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate y'all.